Hello everyone, welcome to this session of Class 6 Mathematics, and I am your Anu again for MathSchool.1. Actually, we have been seeing chapter 3 playing with numbers in the last class, isn't it? I have started a new chapter, chapter 3 last class, and we have been seeing about factors and multiples in it. And now we'll continue ahead with that. Okay, so we have seen factors and multiples of numbers. Say if I write 10, I can write it as 2 into 5 or 1 into 10, so that I can get 10 out of it, isn't it? So I have said these two are factors, see, which I multiply, numbers which I multiply are factors, and the product is called the multiple or the product, isn't it? And we have seen certain properties of factors and multiples, that factors are numbers which divide a bigger number, that is, they make the bigger number into fractions, into its fractions, so they are called factors. And multiples are numbers whose, the number, that is, if I write 3, the multiple of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12. So the number gets multiplied itself. So it is a product of multiplication. So multiples are always greater than the number, equal to or greater than the number, whereas factors are always equal to or less than that of the number. So you need to remember these points when you apply factors and multiples in certain applications. Okay, now we'll move on to the next concept. That is, I have studied about factors and multiples, isn't it? We have done with factors and multiples. And now we'll see something called the highest common factor. And before that, before going to highest common factor, let me know what does common factor means. What do we mean by common factors? So when I say common, there has to be some 2 or 3 numbers or 2 or 3 objects out of which we need to pull out some common things, isn't it? So what do we mean by common factors? Let us take 8 and 12 and 15. Okay, I am taking such numbers 8, 12 and 15. Now I need to find the factors of 8, 12 and 15. So how do I find the factors? I know by listing out the factors, I can find out what are the factors are. See, 1, 8s are 8, 2, 4s are 8. So I am done with the factors of 8. 1, 8s are 8 and 2, 4s are 8. So these are the factors of 8. And now for 12, 1, 12s are 12, 2, 6 are 12 and 3, 4s are 12. So now this is the list of factors for 12. And now for 15, 1 15s are 15 and 3 5s are 15. So we have listed out the factors of these 3 numbers. Now by observing these 3 numbers, the factors of 3 numbers, I will be able to pick out the common factors in all the 3 numbers, not just the 2 numbers. I need to pick the common factors from all the 3 numbers. So see, 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, 1, 3, 5 and 15. So what are the common factors here? When I observe, other than 1, there is no other common factor for 3 numbers. See, if you see 2 and 4 are common to these 2 numbers, whereas 3 is common to these 2 numbers, but we can't pick it out of 2 numbers. We can't pick the common factor. We need to see all the numbers and we need to pick the common factor from all of them. So one such pair I have found out, and that is 1. So 1 is the common factor for all the 3 numbers. So I write the highest common factor of all the 3 numbers is 1. So this is the highest common factor. So you would have a question in mind. 1 is a very small number, that is the smallest number in the list. So how come it is the highest common factor? So that is a common question or the doubt we all would have. But this is the highest. Why we say this is the highest common factor is, out of all common factors, this is the highest common factor. This is a common factor we know, and this is the only factor we know. So this is the highest common factor. So for another set of numbers, we might get factors like that. So we might be able to pick factors other than 1, but for this case the highest common factor is 1. Okay, so when highest common factor is 1 for a set of numbers, we call these numbers, we have a name for these numbers, they are called coprimes. Actually we have studied, you would have heard about it, or if you have not heard about it, let us learn it now. So these are called coprimes, where the highest common factor is just 1. That is, other than 1 they do not have any other common factor. So these 3 numbers are coprime numbers. Say for example, coprime numbers 4 and 15. 4 and 15 do not have any common number, that is, they don't have any other number which divides them, both of them. Okay, exactly. So if you take 2, it divides 4 but not 15. If you take 3, it divides 15 but not 4. So there is no other common factor other than 1 which divides 4 and 15. So 4 and 15 are coprimes. Okay, do you understand? So now we have learned a new term called coprime by finding out the common factor. Now I have said that we can find out common factor by listing out the factors. This is one method of listing out factors and finding out the common factor. The other method is we can write the maximum possible factors, but there is another method called the prime factorization. But before that we need to study more about numbers. We need to study the type of numbers so that we'll be able to know what are prime numbers. Then we'll move on to prime factorization. Okay, so the type of numbers we are going to read about is the factors and multiples. Let it be there, and let the concept of factors and multiples, what we have done, what we have studied, let it be there. We'll be using it. So first we'll know about the numbers here, then we'll continue with the factors and multiples and their application. So first, the numbers can be said, one type is odd and even. Odd even numbers, we'll be studying about odd and even numbers. Next is prime and composite numbers, and the other type is the perfect numbers. See, we have already studied about natural numbers, whole numbers, the set of numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers along with 0, they form whole numbers, isn't it? And now we are going to learn about the other set of numbers, that is, they are called odd and even. The first one is called odd and even. You would have heard about it, odd and even. We know about it. So what are odd numbers? Odd numbers are those numbers which end with 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. In other words, if the units place of a number has these numbers, then we term it as odd numbers, isn't it? Like 11, 13, 23, 3003, 3001. So these are all odd numbers. Now what are even numbers? Even numbers are those numbers which end with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So these numbers are termed as even numbers. That we all know. We would have heard it in some point or the other time. You would have heard it, odd and even numbers. You would have already known, isn't it? Now what are prime numbers and composite numbers? We'll come to prime numbers and composite numbers. So let me write numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and the list goes on, it never ends. But I write certain numbers for us to understand what are prime and composite numbers. Now in these numbers, 1 is always taken as a special number. Okay, it doesn't fall under the list of prime and composite. So we say it is neither prime nor composite. So 1 is neither prime nor composite. You need to remember this. This is neither prime nor composite. Okay. So the next number we see is 2. Now take this 2. 2 can be written as 1 into 2 and no other representations for product, which can be represented in products. No other number can be written for 2. So 2 is equal to 1 into 2, or in other words we can say 1 and 2 are factors of 2. So the 2 has 2 factors, that is 1 and itself. So you remember the term 1 and itself. So 2 has factors 1 and itself. Now we'll move on to 3 again. So how 3 can be written? 3 is equal to 1 into 3 now again. It cannot be represented by any other product, isn't it? 3 is equal to 1 into 3, that is 1 and itself. Again, remember the term 1 and itself. Now we will move on to 4. Now 4 can be written as such. See, 4 can be written as 1 into 4 and also 2 into 2. So other than 1 and itself, it can also be represented as 2 into 2, product of 2 into 2. That is, 2 is also a factor of 4. So it cannot be said 1 and itself. It can be represented as product of 1 and itself. It can also be, its factors are also 2. Or 2 is also is there among its factors. So what do we say? So 4 has factors 1, 2 and 4. Other than 1 and itself, it also has factor 2. So 4 is left out. Now we take 5. Now when I say 5 can be represented as 1 into 5. Now again 1 and itself, isn't it? Next is 6. Now 6 as such, because 6 is 1 into 6 and 2 into 3. So it has factors like 1, 2, 3 and 6. So it cannot be said as 1 and itself. The factors are 1 and itself, isn't it? So it has other factors too, like 2 and 3. And the next one is 7. We see 7 I write 1 into 7, so 1 and itself. So we see such numbers whose factors are none other than 1 and itself. See, 8, 9, 10 also has many factors. 13 doesn't have any factor other than 1 and itself. 17 and then 19, the list goes on. You need to find out. You can find out after explaining what is that. You can find out on your own. So wherever I put a cross in circle, those circles all have factors 1 and itself. So the numbers which have factors 1 and itself are called prime numbers. Okay, now you understood what are prime numbers. So remember the term 1 and itself. The factors are 1 and itself. So those numbers are called prime numbers. The rest of the numbers are just composite numbers. That's it. So whichever I have not circled and crossed, they are not prime numbers. They are composite numbers. They have factors other than 1 and itself. They have other factors too. Okay. For example, 20, we have factors 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. Isn't it? So there are many factors. So it's a composite number. So now we have a knowledge of prime numbers and composite numbers, and we'll be easily, we can easily sort out what is a prime number and what is the composite number, isn't it? And there is a method called sieve of Eratosthenes. What is sieve of Eratosthenes? Eratosthenes is he was a famous mathematician. He was a great thinker, and he was the first who proposed a method to measure the circumference of Earth, and that goes, his importance goes on, and you may search it in Google. You can type his name and you can search what are the things he has done. Okay, so he is a famous mathematician and a great thinker, and he has proposed a method 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I write like this, numbers, I keep on writing. So to find out which are all prime numbers and which are all composite numbers, he has found out a method called sieve of Eratosthenes. What do you mean by sieve? It filters out, isn't it? It filters out, and the bigger particles are there in the sieve, isn't it? They are left out like that. See, prime number, first 1 is left out. It is neither prime nor composite, so it is left out. Now 2 is the only prime number. See, I left out to say 2 is the only even prime number. If you had noticed, we have seen what are odd numbers and what are even numbers, isn't it? So the number 2 is the only even prime number, and rest of the prime numbers are all odd numbers. Okay, so it doesn't mean all odd numbers are prime numbers, because we have certain odd numbers like, see, 9 and 15, they are all odd numbers but they are composite numbers. So prime numbers other than 2 are all odd numbers, but not all odd numbers are prime numbers. That you need to understand. Okay, so now if I take this, see, I round, I take 4, 4 has many factors other than itself, and 1, likewise 6, likewise 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20 and so on. So the left out things, so the left out numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19 and so on, you get 23 here. After 21, 22, you get 23, 23 is a prime number and so on, isn't it? 29, then 31, they are all prime numbers. So this is what we called sieve of Eratosthenes, that is, you take out all the composite numbers and the left out numbers will be prime numbers. So this is one of the method by which you can find out the prime numbers. So now you have got an idea about what are odd numbers, what are even numbers, what are prime numbers and what are composite numbers, and what is the only even prime number? It is 2. So the rest of the even numbers are all composite numbers, because rest of the even numbers have 1 itself and 2 as the common factor for it. So we can't say it is a prime number. They are prime numbers because they have other factors too, so they are called composite numbers. So we have seen what are prime and what are composite numbers. One is neither prime nor composite, and not all odd numbers are even numbers, but other than 2, all the prime numbers are odd numbers. So these things you need to keep in mind. Okay, so now after learning all these odd numbers, odd numbers, even numbers, prime and composite, now we'll see what are perfect numbers. The last in the list is perfect numbers. We have seen co-prime too, isn't it? Now we'll see what are perfect numbers. So let me write the factor for 6. Factors for 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6 we know, isn't it? Now if I add all these factors of 6, I get 12. That is exactly double of the number. See, exact double of number, that is 2 into 6 will give you 12. So that is just twice the number. So if at all for any number you have the factors whose sum is just twice the number, then that number is 6. The number is called a perfect number. You can try it out for other numbers too. If you get the sum of all the factors of that number to be double the number, then that is termed as a perfect number. Now do you understand what is a perfect number? Yes. Now this is a perfect number. Now next is the twin primes. We have seen what are prime numbers, isn't it? Now let us see 3, 5, the numbers 3, 5, 7, then 11 and 13, then 17 and 19, isn't it? Then 29 and 31. You can see, when you see these numbers, you can observe one, that is, you have one composite number in between each of the prime numbers. See, 11, 13, in the middle there is 12, one composite, 17, 19, one composite in the middle, that is 18, 29, 31, in the middle there is a composite number 30. So if there is one number, only one number, one composite number in between, or you can say it in other words, if the difference is 2, if you subtract it you will get 2, if you subtract you get 2, if you subtract you get 2, here 2, if you subtract you get 2 as your answer. So if you get it like this, then those prime numbers are called twin primes. What do we say? They are called twin primes. They occur immediately. That is, only one composite number is in between. So they are called twin primes. So do you understand? So this is what we are. These are some of the numbers we have studied today: odd, even, prime, composite, perfect numbers, twin primes and co-primes too. Co-primes are numbers are numbers which don't have any other common factor between them except 1. So we have learnt about all these numbers. Hope you would have understood these numbers and the concept of these numbers. And in the next class, we'll be seeing how to apply the concept of factors and multiples in our real life. So how do we get common factors and common multiples, and what are they used for? Okay, so that's it for this class, and we'll meet in the next class. Until then, it's bye from Anu for mathschool.1. Bye.